On tonight's Faster Than the World podcast, we've got some major media recognition for an NXT trainer, all 5 big matches from this week's NXT, and another installment of Book 'em or Bust 'em. Ready, Jake?
I am fucking ready.
It's the Faster Than the World podcast. Here we fucking go.
So how's it going, Fritz?
It's good, Jake. Good. How you been?
Good. Welcome to the Faster Than the World podcast. I am Jake.
I am the amazing Fritz.
And we got to start off with a little bit of disappointing news. Verne Gagne passed away this week. Do you have anything to say about him, Fritz? I don't really know much about him. It was kind of a little bit, I just know he got real high praise, like I said, on the Peter and Jake Talk Wrestling podcast. I just know he just got real high praise on all the DVDs and everything. I don't really know much about him. What do you have to say, Fritz?
Yeah, the WWE announced it yesterday. News to me. Verne Gagne, born in 1926, passed away, of course, this year. He was a member of the 1948 Olympic team. He basically ran the AWA territory for my lifetime. When I remember growing up in the 80s, the AWA was the old school group compared to the kind of cartoony WWF and the very flashy, fast NWA Mid-Atlantic stuff I was watching. So I wasn't a huge fan of the AWA, but Verne Gagne, to me, should be celebrated. He was also an AWA champion. It's the same AWA World Heavyweight Champion. That's the same World Heavyweight title that Jerry the King Lawler later held. He should be remembered, at least by me, for being a guy that had a huge influence on guys' careers early in their career. He's the guy that put the Hulk Hogan name on Hulk Hogan and gave him that kind of character to work with. He's the guy that trained Ric Flair, like the 2 biggest names in the past 30 years of wrestling. Like right there, he touched those guys. In the next decade of superstars, he put Shawn Michaels with Marty Jannetty as a tag team, called them the Midnight Rockers, who then went on to be in the WWF as the Rockers. So any of the big stars that you saw in the breakout years of WWF, most of those names passed through Verne Gagne's doors. He was a very old school promoter. He was known as being a very honest guy. He didn't put a whole lot into flash. He put a whole lot into being fit and healthy and over and believable. So a legendary promoter and just a guy that somehow was always brilliant in the ability of seeing somebody that was on their way to stardom and being able to catch them. The same kind of quality that Paul Heyman later showed in ECW, and I think Jim Cornette also showed in Smoky Mountain, and over the years McMahon has shown too. So a legend in that regard, no doubt.
Awesome, man. He will be missed. But this week's NXT was fucking sick. Kevin Owens came out with the belt, calling out Zayn. Regal came right out and said, you can't really, you can't just call out everybody. I booked the matches and everything. But later on, Zayn did come out, and Owens kind of pushed Zayn off the edge, and then it's pretty much gonna be Owens and Zayn booked at TakeOver May 20th. Regal booked it.
Yeah, they teased back and forth that Owens teased out that he wouldn't put the title up. He wouldn't put the title up. And so Zayn definitely had his chance to definitely build that. And they did eventually go with it for the TakeOver Special coming up. So it's Zayn Owens 2 on the next NXT TakeOver May 20th.
Yeah, fuck yeah. This is awesome. This has already been, we've already talked about this several times. This has already been Feud of the Year in Wrestling Observer. And now it's going to be on NXT. It's going to be a great fucking match. It's already guaranteed it's going to be a great match. I'm completely excited about this May 20th TakeOver show already. Yeah,
forget the dumb superhero movie opening this week. This is definitely going to be the sequel of 2015.
Oh, yeah.
This is the one you got to see.
And then we, in the back, we had the Staten Island Strike Force.
Carmella, Enzo Amore, and Big Cass.
Oh yeah, and Cass and Enzo get ready for their match while Carmella's just sitting kind of on the couch. And Blake and Murphy come up.
Enzo and Cass still giving Carmella a little bit of a hard time about the recent jewelry acquisitions she's been receiving.
Oh yeah. It was always funny. And then they left to go get. They left, and then here comes Blake and Murphy. They come sit down. She kind of chases them away, and then Alexa Bliss comes up, and Carmella ends up smacking her. What'd you think of this, Fritz?
Yeah, it was all over the place. It was started out with Carmella, Enzo, and Cass. Then Enzo and Cass, like you said, Enzo and Cass leave. Then suddenly Blake and Murphy are in there. They get their say in. Then they kind of fade into the background a little bit while Alexa Bliss randomly interrupts, confronts Carmella, and then when Carmella gets hot, then Blake and Murphy come back up to console Alexa Bliss. I guess they got a lot of jewelry they're going to be buying if they're buttering up to all the divas.
I guess so. I guess maybe this might be a 6-man tag they're setting up.
A 6-person tag? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, possibly for TakeOver. But and then we'll see.
Zayn in the back signing the contract for the TakeOver show May 20th, and then Riley comes up and pretty much gets in Regal's face, gets in Zayn's face, and forces Regal to book a match later tonight. Zayn versus Riley 1.
Oh my God, Alex Riley in another main event of another NXT show.
I'm getting.
The internet goes wild.
Yeah. And then we go into the ring with Enzo and Kaz. Always a great intro versus Blake and Murphy. They started out this match kind of.
As always, Enzo. Anytime he's not in the ring, he's on the microphone. He's gold. He's amazingly entertaining. And then the tag champs come out. Yeah. And so it's not for the tag team title, but Blake and Murphy versus the Staten Island Strike Force. And as you said, strangely, Enzo starts the match out. And so it goes hot for a little bit. Then quickly Blake and Murphy turn tables on him.
Oh, yeah. I thought this spot was great. I thought Enzo was actually great in the ring tonight. I would say Blake and Murphy move out of the way. Enzo does the big splash. And I think he did a great job selling at the beginning of the match, too. Enzo's, I think he's got to kind of learn like a ragdoll style of defense to kind of really get over the big hot tag by Kaz.
I think he's figuring out the role he's playing in a tag team with the little guy that bounces around and the big guy that comes in and works everybody over. Like I think he's starting to figure out what he needs to do, and in that role, I think somebody's really explained it to him really well. Because this week, I think you're right. He was bumping really well. He did everything right. The match was really good. It was the kind of match you want to see these guys have. Before Big Cass gets the final offense in, Enzo comes flying in to make the save and misses everybody. And in a great spot, and then but then Cass, then from the distraction, then Cass is able to get the big win, hit the big offense, and go for the win.
Yeah, I really liked how Cass picked Enzo up and then kind of tossed him down. A little emphasis on the big splash this week. And
a new variation on the classic rocket launch finisher.
Oh yeah, and then we went to a Becky Lynch promo, and then into a Bayley promo. Not much with that, but then as Bayley leaves the promo, Emma reveals that she has stolen Bayley's headband and T-shirt.
Yeah, foreshadowing things to come a bit.
Oh yeah, and we went to a Baron Corbin vignette. It was pretty good, well produced vignette. Not much to really say there. Then we go into the Bayley.
About as long as most of his matches.
Yeah.
Including entrance, yeah.
But in the vignettes, you see about 3 or 4 of the end of days, where you only see one in the matches. I think I like the vignettes a little better.
Especially if they're only going to do one of those a month. Like that's I'll take him in one shot in 3 minutes.
There you go. And then, Bayley versus Dana Brooks in the back. There's a little Bayley girl, who's kind of awesome. What did you think of the match, Fritz?
I enjoyed it. As always, we always like to talk about the ladies division in NXT. It's really good. Bayley, came out and had a bit of a struggle without her gear, to encourage her, and she still had her wrist streamers though. And she still had her windsock team to help her and her music.
I'm sure.
But I guess that wasn't enough.
That goes in the side pocket at all times. Those prize positions like that.
Yeah. And Dana Brooke definitely understands her role very well. It's still fresh to the ring as far as we know. And but still, she gets over her gimmick very well. Just walking to the ring, she works the crowd really well. She takes her time. She gets her shit in. She's really good. She's so far so good with Dana Brooke. I like what I see with her. I like. She definitely has a strong upside as the heel character they've given her. Yeah. And Bayley is definitely adding depth to the character that she has, which was really kind of one dimensional as the kind of happy, cheerful, young chick. She's getting a little more, not attitude, but definitely depth.
Oh yeah, I really love the Dana Brooke handstand 1 foot choke in the corner. I've never seen that move before, so anything I see something new, it's kind of cool. But then Emma comes out, distracts her, so I'm kind of looking forward to the Emma Bailey feud.
Yeah, Emma goes with the distraction, and then Dana hits the, I guess it's kind of a cradle shock finisher she's doing. Fireman's carry into the kind of neck breaker thing.
Oh yeah.
So a win for Dana.
And then this is when Regal comes out and in the back announces the May 20th TakeOver show. And he announces this gigantic 3-way at the show: Breeze versus Hideo versus Baylor. So that's going to be fucking incredible. They already have the nice Breeze and Hideo feud, and adding Baylor to that is going to be awesome.
Indeed.
And then we go into Hideo versus Adam Rose, the
main event star.
Yeah, main roster star coming down to NXT and getting his ass beat. Big double kick was the only notable move. Hideo wins handedly.
Yeah, easily. Pretty short match. Adam didn't put up a whole lot of offense as Adam Rose. Although for the first time seeing these two in the ring together, I really didn't realize how big Adam Rose is compared to most of the NXT roster. Because you figure Finn Balor's about the same size as a Tommy, and the Tommy looked downright small compared to. He looked like Rey Mysterio almost compared to Adam Rose. Adam Rose looked like Dynamite Kid or Dave Boy Smith.
Yeah, I mean Hideo looked small in there with Tyler Breeze as well, so he might be.
That's true.
Yeah, and then we go into the back. Bailey looking for Emma throughout the halls of Full Sail University. I'm concerned for her. She needs to get her headband back. And then, what do you think of the second women's match of the show, Becky Lynch versus this nice young lady here?
Versus this young lioness. Becky Lynch comes out there, hands it to her. The crowd knew who she was. They chanted for her, although we couldn't quite make it out. Becky, although not throwing a whole lot of suplexes in, does show a new page in her submission game.
Yeah, oh yeah. It was nice. Becky Lynch with the armbar, and then we went to the back with everyone's favorite NXT rookie, Rhino, kind of the big promo on Baron Corbin. I think this is going to be a good feud. Very good for Baron Corbin here with Rhino versus Corbin. Hopefully at the TakeOver show. What do you think?
I think you're right. I think it is a good feud for Corbin. I think for the character they're working with him and the style they're working with him, Rhino is definitely a guy that can teach him how to pace himself with what he's expected to do in the ring and really work the crowd and get the most out of the kind of limited offense he's working with. So, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Always excited to see the veterans working with these young guys in the feud and seeing what they're teaching them.
Oh, yeah. And then we go into the main event. Alex Riley versus Sami Zayn 1. I'm fucking stoked. Alex Riley's in the ring. He hits Zayn early with a TKO Mark Mero style, which is pretty much like the beginning of an AA into an RKO. Pretty much the most devastating move in today's WWE universe. But Zayn kicks out, so we go on with the match. What did you think of this match?
It was an Alex Riley match. No, I'm just kidding. I liked it. Sami Zayn worked really hard. Alex Riley worked really hard. I actually got invested in the match and genuinely was wondering who was going to win when we found out nobody was going to win, because here comes Kevin Owens, lays Sami Zayn out and takes Riley and gives him the apron powerbomb and then leers over them with his scruffy-ass beard.
Yeah, so I think in the wake of this Breeze, Hideo, Baylor three-way, they need to do Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens versus Alex Riley. What do you think?
Wow, so you're saying you want an NXT TakeOver main event with Alex Riley?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Wow, I'm stunned. I don't even know. I'm stupefied at the prospect of that. I guess is what I'm saying. Speechless is what I am at that.
I feel like that was the one missing puzzle to the ROH feud years ago.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. So you're saying that Alex Riley should have been in Ring of Honor? Is what?
Let's just That's
impressive.
And then we had kind of cool news in the media this week. The NXT trainer Sarah Del Rey
got a big write up on Vice Vice.com this week. Vice, that used to be Vice Magazine, but now in the internet age, Vice.com. If you look up, it was on Sunday, it was an article by Luke Winkie, a good, fairly long article on Sarah Del Rey, talking about the NXT girls are ushering a golden age of women's wrestling, and talks about how the stuff on NXT is markedly different than what you're going to see on the SmackDown and Raw these days, and which is, wow, it sounds like what we've been saying for almost 20 episodes now that we've been saying that. And the reason, without a doubt, is Sarah Del Rey, that she works with these girls, and I was interested to find this out, in every aspect of what they do. That she, not only does she work with them in the ring and understanding things like ring psychology and how to work a match, she works with them individually on their gimmick. Charlotte really credits her with teaching her how to think of Charlotte as the character, and getting over with the walk to the ring and stuff. And Sasha Banks credits her with if the girls don't understand something with the from the writing team, or that Sarah will go to bat for them to get them to write it in a clearer way for the girls. Triple H is cited in the article as saying things like, I didn't hire a woman trainer. I hired a trainer who's got this experience, who happens to be a woman, which is a really cool thing to say. Like, it's a big compliment. You know, it sounds kind of sexist, but it's a huge thing to say. It's an amazing article. It's well worth the time to go look it up. Go check out Vice.com.
I found out something pretty cool in that article, that Daniel Bryan actually trained Sarah Del Rey, so that's kind of cool.
You're absolutely right. I didn't know that either before that article, and I forgot to mention it. Yeah.
Well, and then now we go into the new segment here, Book 'em or Bust 'em. Second week, Alexa Bliss got to run through. We picked Booker last week, so who do we got this week, Fritz?
This is going to be a pretty easy one. I'm sure there's a lot to say. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, book him or bust him. Finn Balor.
Most definitely book him. I think you'd be pretty stupid not to want him in your roster. His moveset is ridiculous, and he's already been a proven superstar in Japan, now in America, so I would definitely go book him for the second week in a row, Finn Balor.
Yeah, I think once again we're both going to agree. I think the biggest testament to this guy's talent is how quickly they took him out on tour and put him in front of crowds. On this past European tour that happened just after Mania, they already had him out in front of crowds. Admittedly, they haven't put him on television yet, but I don't think it'll be long.
Oh, yeah.
So no doubt, it's a double thumbs up. Book him, Finn Balor.
Oh, yeah. So now we both have, in our stable, we have Alexa Bliss and Finn Balor. So I guess that's it. That'll wrap us up, Fritz. What'd you think of the NXT show? Good? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
Thumbs up all the way. It was a very good show. I always like to see 5 matches in an hour. That's fantastic.
Fuck yeah. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, JG Pro Wrestling, everything, all our podcasts, Peter's podcast, the new Divas podcast with Alexa, hit up pjtwcentral.com. Thanks a lot, guys. Later.
See ya.
Best in the world. Can't slow down.